Good morning, everybody. My name is Eric, and it's time for journaling once again. And before we start, I just wanted to kind of reiterate how one can use this video. Years ago, I used to teach in a music activity as well as in a martial arts studio. And one of the tactics I learned from teaching is that the less I talked and just did the activity relative to whatever the activity was, let it be in a martial art, it'd be a move, or in music, it'd be just playing or playing along with the students, that they would learn more just by following along and absorbing than it would be if I went into detail and broke everything down. Most of that, after a while, most of us, information just kind of flies over our head. So it's the same thing with this too. This video is just to kind of be like a prompt or a precursor just to kind of get you motivated to go. It's almost like you're not alone, just to have the video on or your phone on or whatever it is that you're using, and you just copy along. You're writing your own stuff in your journal and help build up that skill set, help build up that routine. And as I've said many times to my students in various forms, and I'm putting down in an upcoming book I'm writing on executive functions, journaling can be a pivot, can be an anchor in your day, something that you do routinely that you can use to pivot off of the rest of the day. I do this, then I'll go to work, or I'll get up in the morning, clean myself up a little bit, or I'll just get my coffee or tea or whatever it is that you happen to like, and you journal. It's a way to kind of give yourself that personal time to kind of reflect or process information, as I said in the past, or it could be to just empty out your emotions. It's a great, simple, very cost-effective routine that I think everybody should be doing. I'm actually having it as a major pillar in my book on executive functions as a way to reflect on the tools and systems that we're putting in place for students. And by processing it daily, reflecting on it, you can actually start to evolve it and amend it and make it better, because life is always in a state of flux. So, once again, for journaling, it's very simple. Just have a nice quiet environment, nice beverage, have a book you like to write in, and there's no rules. Just fill up the page, keep the pen moving, don't worry about spelling, don't worry about format, just keep writing and be consistent about it. And if this is something you're new to, try and make a simple goal, like a week without missing a day, or maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month. I would try and go for 30 days because it takes a little bit to kind of settle in, and after a couple weeks or so, you kind of settle in and then you kind of look forward to it. I'll give you a quick example. The last couple days I've been working on doing some recordings for a documentary we're finishing up right now. So I've kind of missed the last couple days of journaling. And now when I'm sitting down here ready to journal, I'm actually looking forward to it. I like the quiet. I like the calmness. I like my desk, and it allows me to kind of just give that personal time to myself, where once I achieve that, then the rest of the day is much easier. And of course, Mr. Wiley. Wiley, say hi to everybody. This is Mr. Wiley, my dog, one of my dogs. I have another one over there, Blanco. They will be making appearances in the channel at some point or another, either in math or here or something like that. So without any further ado, let's get to journaling. Remember, we're going to do at least one page today. If you happen to finish early, that's fine. If I finish before you, just keep the pen moving and finish the page, and then go from there. All right. So once again, support the channel if you can on Amazon, just books in the description of the channel. More to come very soon. And here we go. So today we're going for one page, anything you like, and we'll go from there. Eventually I'll be throwing out more prompts. Right now I'm just finishing up the school year and some other projects, as I mentioned, so just want to keep our journaling going, and I just need to kind of take some personal time. That's my personal mission at the moment. So, one page, remember, enjoy the process. Here we go. We are at home. Today is the 6th of June, and the time is 10:57 where I am at in the AM. All right, everybody. As again, the first sentence, I would just write a description of the setting, how you're feeling, or what the day is like, and then from there, it's all up to you. Enjoy the process. Okay, everybody, that's one page. Now, if you find that I went a little too fast for you, that's just because I've been doing this for a long time and it actually it goes easy for me at this point. I usually write a little bit more, but for these videos, I want to keep them to one page. And that's the whole point from the student perspective. When you write daily, your chops get stronger. And if you have to turn in papers or essays, or if you're an English major in particular, or some kind of major that has a lot of writing, you have to journal. It's not even for the writing, the actual spelling, writing, format, and all that kind of stuff. It's really to connect with yourself. And once you can connect with your subconscious and how you think, or having an area where you can process information. You read a book, you got to turn it into a paper. You have some philosophical things that you need to process for your life because maybe there's an issue in your family or your relationship. And instead of just letting it flare up, get an emotional conflict, so to speak, dump it in the book, process it, and then in the back of your subconscious, while you're doing your normal life, it starts to go kind of, it processes it basically. And then out of nowhere, you'll be writing. Usually it happens to me when I'm writing or when I'm driving. It tends to happen. I mentioned this before. An answer will pop up. An insight will pop up. This is why it's so important to journal daily, because then you connect with yourself and then you're always evolving. You are a work of art, and how we live our lives is constantly sculpting that as we go. And to be honest with you, in today's age where there's so much inundation of media, if you don't filter it or if you're not regulating it on some level, those informational streams will carve you out or shape you into a certain direction. Take some time to yourself, cut it all out, write, journal, and be in charge of your life. Get to know yourself better. I know it's a little more psychological, but that's one of the main aspects of journaling as well, plus the academic, plus the processing, plus just a nice kind of meditative state. And these are all things that I've really discovered lately. And as I mentioned earlier, this is why I've made it such an important pillar in my upcoming book, Executive Functions for Students. I think it's the infrastructure for student success. It's a major element. And even if you're not a student, journaling is a major element in life. All right, enough said. I hope everybody has a great day. I'll see you next time. And remember, enjoy the process. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.